Hello and welcome to Pardon the Interception, season 35, week 8, with your hosts, myself, Lee Leewood.
Me, Nick Taylor.
Me, Gary fucking Stevens.
Let's have an early look at what's been going around the league today.
Pretty much fresh off the results.
Fresh off the results, indeed. So, looking around here,
Lee will upload it in about 4 days' time.
it's been uploaded tonight because I will not have internet connection capable of uploading a YouTube video.
Speaking of Gary Stevens.
Who?
Yeah,
I don't know, Gary. Just take Gary Stevens.
You've lost.
The top result is Gary. That's Gary's game, right? Mustangs.
That is Gary fucking Mustangs fucking
56-49. What a battle.
That is definitely a battle. The
But
Doom Malls lost.
You
want to see
a ding-dong battle?
Look at the Mustangs Armadillos. It is worth clicking into.
Well, we don't click into games here. So.
Click into this one. Look at the third quarter.
Jeez.
36 unanswered points.
Okay.
We're gonna concede 21 in quarter two. And then Simon Evans is Welsh, so I can't do a Welsh accent. I can't do any accents, but boyo, we're going to come back in quarter three and score 36 points.
What Simon actually did is he had a shit like 20, 40 quarterback in for the first half. And then for the second half, he drafted in Baker Mayfield.
St. Louis Rams style.
Jobs are good. 46 points. Just wasn't quite enough.
I think the biggest surprise here is Simon knows the name of an active NFL quarterback that isn't Tom Brady
or Aaron Rodgers, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm sure I can do some more.
Go on then.
This is going to test me.
Only need one.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Nope.
Damn it. What's the one for the fucking Chiefs? I should be able to get his name.
Ben Rufflecopters.
This is going to annoy me when you eventually tell me his fucking name.
To be fair, I probably wouldn't get too many more because I haven't followed too much NFL.
I know there's one with a really boring name. Like I remember that as well. There's a quarterback with just a really generic name. And usually they don't have generic names. Huh?
Matt Ryan.
Yeah, that's the one.
Is he still active? I think he is just, isn't he?
I believe so.
Why can't I get his? Oh, screw it. All right, you got me.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, that's the one I was trying to think. I don't give a shit about NFL. Just, a quick.
I thought you might get like the quarterback who Baker Mayfield replaced. No, Matt Stafford.
Matt Stafford.
Stafford Gambit.
When did you guys trade out? Oh no, Goff. Yeah, Goff was at the Rams for a bit, wasn't he?
Yeah, we traded him for Stafford 2 seasons ago, before last season, and then Stafford's injured, and obviously the backup's injured. So
Stafford.
Yeah.
Right, so let's continue looking around the GFL, and Simon's going to randomly shout out the names of NFL players he thinks he knows throughout the podcast, it seems.
In fairness, that's about as much as my knowledge of NFL is this season as well. So
there is one NFL fan on this podcast, and it's not me or Nick.
I used to follow a lot more, but it's just hasn't been easy to follow recently.
That's because you've been giving him the business. Plus,
Rams are doing badly, so.
You're a big Kroenke fan.
No.
Lightning beating the Hawks in a close game.
I see the Mules lost.
Yeah. Aaron won against the Hulk. Gary Lyon. What are you doing?
The Wildcats. The big thing is the Wildcats still haven't scored any more points.
Yep.
Hulk are making a run this year, Lee.
Let's have a look at the standings.
Run away from the top.
That's what Gary told me. He's going to smash me in week 10. He's going to be in the playoffs.
He's still got the 5-5 possible.
Yeah.
Is Kim possible now with the Dodgers and Pistols on 6, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean it's it's not so good now, but doesn't mean the 5-5 isn't still on.
A 5 and 5's on. The playoffs are not.
There's also a big battle at the bottom there because Wildcats and Gunslingers are only 8 points between them.
That is indeed a ding dong battle.
I mean, the Quake could just about get there as well. They're just
Yeah.
about in the picture. 419 points conceded.
Circle are a little bit behind, as are the Goats.
Quake are averaging what, like 52 points conceded a game or something?
Aaron looks like he's going to win the AFC North.
Yeah, we're at that point now where 2 wins ahead is looking pretty good. Gary fucking Stevens up there. Some Mules have packed it in for the season. Got to their 5 wins for 5 and 5. Yeah, let's go for that.
That's what you keep telling me, Nick. 5 and 5's where it's at, right?
Oh, it is. Maybe not in your division.
I think the playoff picture in the NFC is more contested than the AFC. Well, it's more open than the NFC, than the AFC at the minute.
I mean, like Phil Haggis was, I want to say, top of his division, and now he's 6th seed. Can change around pretty quickly.
Oh yeah.
And to see Mr. No Name is still up there. Name not available.
One thing I'm not used to is the age of my roster because I have injuries coming out my arse now.
Oh,
this is what you get when you inherit a team, which is like not my style in the slightest. I'm just like, what do I do with these granddads? They keep getting injured.
Trade them out.
Anything else before we move on?
Be an interesting few weeks. Lots of 5 and 3 teams in the NFC.
In the Atlantic.
Dun dun dun.
B&H lost. Tayside won.
Big win for the Spartans against the Blues.
Yeah.
Spartans.
Big win for the Scorpions versus the Warriors.
Got to keep the 5 and 5 alive.
I somehow scored 24 points.
Yeah, no one understands how that happened.
Razorbacks beating the Meerkats. Probably puts the Meerkats out of playoff contention.
Probably, yeah.
But the Nighthawks winning keeps the Razorbacks Nighthawks battle going.
The Avalanche back to their winning ways.
Yeah, it's a good result for the Avalanche because things didn't go quite so well for the others, I think.
Yeah, Avalanche now top of their division.
Yeah, and you still got the Rapiers, Snow Bears, Spartans battle going on there.
It's going to be difficult for the Spartans to win the division from here, but they can definitely play for a wild card.
Well, they're a game ahead of the Nighthawks, so puts them in a pretty good spot going into it. Stampede losing to the Generals was pretty big though.
Yes.
1, because obviously it puts them a game behind the Avalanche, but 2, actually brings the Generals into the playoff picture a little bit as well. So, yeah, that was a pretty big result, and puts the Stingrays and Barbarians are like now a game ahead. That's a huge swing actually. That game.
Nick with his farting leather chair.
It was actually me moving the microphone a little bit.
Okay. Let's have a look at the playoff picture. This is the first week we've brought the playoff picture up, I think.
I think the squeaking is a small price people will pay to be able to hear Nick.
Yes, agreed.
I need to log in on my phone Wi-Fi or something. Get some proper Robo Nick back.
Robo Nick.
Bin away the microphone as well.
Just put it the other side of your room.
I mean, it's a bit easier now that I'm not moving location every week. So,
yeah, playoff picture's interesting. It's quite open on both sides.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bit of a cut off. There's that game difference between 6th and 7th in both. And that could solidify next week. It's quite easy for that to happen.
Yeah.
But still keeps it open enough. And then you sort of outside of that picture, you do still have Chickerell potentially overtaking the Magpies, I want to say. I think Magpies have a better run in. Let me have a look. Magpies play Stampede in the last game of the season. It'll be an interesting one. Whereas Chickerell have the Avalanche in the last game of the season. So that one could come down to the line. And obviously the Stampede, Avalanche, Sharks nonsense that goes on every season is still there. So.
Let's move on to the Riveting League.
Rivets had a close game this week. Well, the scoreline said it was close.
That's because they're playing the Bay Packers. They got absolutely dominated by the Bay Packers.
Problem is, I only saw the scores. I didn't look into the game itself.
Yeah.
Gary fucking Stevens lost.
I know, it's fucking ridiculous. Gary fucking Stevens.
Shall I have a quick look at the Rivets Bay Packers game?
So,
that's probably
I can
pretty big.
I can sum it up quickly. The Bay Packers were all over them. The Rivets special teams won them the game. Is how I would sum it up very quickly.
It does look that way.
Yeah, but they were kicking off, doing 60-yard returns on kickoffs and shit. What are the Rivets?
Let's have a look at the returner. What are the returner stats looking like? Yeah, that's a massive difference.
Yeah, that's going to swing a game, even if you are dominating them.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
That's where you need like the touchbacks going in and stuff.
But
that's where you need the level 17 kicker.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Is it capped at 15 for kickoffs? I can't remember.
It is. I just put an arbitrary number out there.
But it's nice to see someone giving the Rivets a real game.
We do love the Bay Packers.
No. Fingers crossed they can they get another chance to give it a go. Eagles won again. Caretaker coach Phil Haggis, right? The Eagles.
Yep. Phil Haggis doing the business.
Port Royal seem to be on some weird slump.
Yeah, they won the first 3 games, I think it was, and then they've lost the next 5, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So
maybe someone sent Adrian an email.
The Swarming Giant Hornets one.
All went downhill.
Giant Hornets doing giant hornet things.
How many yards did Tripson get?
Tripson.
That's what we need to know, though. On the ground, though, not in the air.
On the ground.
8.
1.1 average. One of those runs was for half the yards he had for the whole game. So
I love it. He nearly ran it as many times as he caught it. What's going on?
Yeah.
Madness.
Let's have a look how the Titans getting a close one against the Maroons.
Mm.
Let's have a look at the old standings. Giant Hornets clinch the division. Phil Haggis going to the playoffs.
Go Haggis.
Yeah. Well, there's like 4 teams in the wild card chase in the PFC.
The LFC is a bit more ridiculous in some ways.
You've only got one
Statesman.
wild card over 500 at the minute.
Yeah. And then 3, 4, and 4 teams.
Is it possible for someone to get into the wild cards from the LFC on a negative record?
I've definitely seen it happen I've definitely seen it happen once before, at least. I think.
Definitely possible. 4 and 6 could make it.
The Buccaneers aren't quite as as badly off as I thought they were. 4-4 slightly better than the 5-3. I said, but yeah, I mean, there definitely could be a team on 4 and 6. I mean, everyone has to lose for that to happen, though, so it seems pretty unlikely. 5-5 seems doable.
Don't rule out the draw fest.
Yeah.
Statesmen are looking good.
4-5-1. That's what you want.
Statesmen are looking good for a playoff berth.
Yeah.
Then just roll a dice for everyone else.
No. Let's see what the playoff picture actually looks like.
There we go. The 4-4s come rolling in.
Bringing in the good 5th seed.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the generals kind of sneaking in there.
So there's
Quietly.
three teams without a loss this season.
That's pretty impressive for week 8.
We might be sleeping on the generals, by the way.
Well, the other thing was like that Bay Packers game was the one that switched the number 1 seed round, right? Because last week the Bay Packers were top.
Yep.
I know we can't necessarily expect them to be the Rivets, but
yeah, we can.
So
I expect someone to beat them every week.
Well, yeah. I mean, that flip from number 1 seed to number 3 seed is huge as well. So
yeah, makes a big difference.
Yeah.
But the generals on 6 and 2, their 2 losses are to the Rivets and the Giant Hornets.
Okay.
So that's
you don't want to play them
maybe
in the playoffs then.
Yeah, maybe they're a better team than their record suggests.
Yeah.
Shall we move on to the Continental, home of Strom?
Strom watch.
Continental.
Gonna go in blind.
The main thing is the Badgers lost.
No, the main thing is they didn't play Strom.
They Strom, yeah. That's all
and because that they lost.
And Guta wasn't even the best. Well, the running back with the most yards in this game as well. It's all gone wrong for them there.
I afraid of them too much. That's what went wrong.
Big win for the Renegades, though.
Yeah, huge win for the Renegades.
Renegade Masters.
Westies get another squeak for another win. It's a good win for the First Nation Thunderbirds as well, because I think they were top of their division, but it was a closer one if I remember correctly. So keep picking up those wins. Another huge ding dong battle for the Angels. Angels
in the win
points. Now, I know I said seasons ago that the Thundering Herd were the team to watch if you wanted points. The Angels are the real deal in terms of points. Score a lot of points, concede a lot of points. So, there's a lot of big games here, like Venom Zulus 34-48 and Privateers Chargers 45-48. There's a 31-41, 41-37. Lots of points scored in this week.
West East Thunder, just been a really tight game. We had a lot of big games this week in this because lots of 8 and O's playing each other.
Yeah, there's a lot of close games. A lot of games within 4 points.
So we'll look at what's done to the old standings.
It's knocked the Badgers off the number 1 spot. That's the
dropped them to number 3 seed, I think.
The Renegades overtook them.
Yeah, it's
a
big flip flop there. You got to say the Bullets and the Timberwolves are looking pretty good for the wild card spots at the moment. And the Thunderbird, as I say, the Thunderbirds getting that win there.
Yeah, it's huge.
2 games ahead, and puts them in a nice spot. They've got that cushion of the wild card spot as well because they're a game ahead there if they do happen to lose both games. So,
They've also got divisional record on their side a little bit at the minute. They're a game ahead of the division. So the divisional game's the most important one of the 2 left.
Yeah. The wild card spots are just about open on the RFC, whereas the UFC has 2 games between the 6 and 2s and the 4 and 4s with 2 games left. So you're probably looking at a pretty straightforward Park Bombers, Westies, Zulus, Spartans, Ravens.
I do like the fact that the Westies are 8 and 0 but haven't clinched.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. They've clinched the playoff spot. That's for sure.
They've definitely clinched a playoff berth. Yes.
It's just that number 1 seed.
But where's the symbol for that? Come on, Rich and Rich. Disgusting.
But Angels racked up over 400 points conceded as well.
So yeah, the playoff picture pretty much mirrors what we've just been speaking about.
Yeah, you
Straight
can
up.
see. Well, you can see in the UFC there's that two wins buffer there for the Ravens and Zulus.
UFC's
So,
done.
pretty much.
Calling it now.
Yeah, they're just fighting for order.
RFC's a little bit closer for the wild card spots, but Bullets and Timberwolves look in a good position for it, obviously. So,
They are masters of their own destiny.
yeah.
Let's go look at the Delta.
I mean, the one thing to just finish up on is like that Renegades defense must be pretty
The Renegades defense has got to be insane.
pretty good to stop the running game of the Badgers. So, the Zeppelin lost. Right, I'm out. See you later, guys. Katana's lost as well. Oh, what a week!
To be fair,
Zeppelin lost the Chaos as well.
have a look at the Zeppelin game.
Well,
though.
didn't the Chaos beat what was it? The Chaos beat Aaron last week, I want to say.
Yeah.
What a last quarter. Jeez.
Madness, I tell you.
First game the Zeppelin are lost in a couple of seasons in the regular season.
What's going on this week?
It's a fun week. Lots of stuff happening.
Indeed.
So
They could beat the Hornets. The Titans pushed the Colts closer than I would have expected.
yeah. Lone Star's just about one.
Monarch scored 7 points. They've got to be over the moon with that.
If I remember correctly, the Hayes winning keeps them
alive.
Alive, yeah. Because especially with the Katanas losing. I mean, it's unlikely that may give it away, but
Give it away now.
Give it away,
Yeah,
give it away, give it away now. And some stand-ins to behold. So it's unlikely the Katanas don't win the division. They need to win one game. No,
they can't.
No, they do actually need to win out.
They still need to win.
Yeah, it's a bit on record. Divisional record makes shit sort of different.
I mean, that loss puts them into the wild card week, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And interestingly, as I think we mentioned last time, was Mariners and Hayes still have the Copperheads ahead of them in the wild card race at 7-1, which is pretty rough going that they can finish the season 8-2 and miss out potentially. And a Copperhead points differential kind of puts them just over a game ahead.
Are the Mariners playing the Hayes week 10?
Miners Hayes.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Miners Hayes. Ooh.
No, Miners Mariners, Hayes Katanas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's this week's games. Yeah. And then the Mariners have Geneva in the last game.
Oh, okay. I for some reason I thought division week 10 was a divisional week.
No, this week's a
What the hell
divisional.
microphone have I been using?
No idea, but you sounded better than you currently do.
How do I sound awful now?
Yes.
It's a bit worse, yeah.
Oh. Wow. Okay, I'll unplug this 1 sec.
Mind you, if the Hayes beat the Katanas this week, ifs and buts and all of that. If the Hayes beat the Katanas this week, that flips that division on its head, right?
If the Hayes beat the Katanas this week, Madog will be hungover for a month.
So you're saying if he wins this week, he might be too hungover to submit a team for the last week and therefore might lose the last week?
Yes, 100%.
Okay. That makes it slightly more interesting if it flips around.
Yeah, it's the closest I think I've seen the VFC West for years.
Yeah, it's a really interesting race. And you've got, I mean, on the GFC side of things, you've got the Robber Barons game ahead of everyone else in the wild card race.
Yeah, it's the QB that's definitely keeping them there, despite what Simon says. Now he's out of the room. We can actually give plaudits to the genius.
Yeah,
that is the QB there.
The world class QB of the Robber Barons, and they've got enough points to add a little bit of an extra buffer there.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see this in week 8, and with both Lee and Aaron not having clinched their divisions.
Yeah, and with 2 losses.
Yeah.
And Aaron's actually more fragile, I would say.
Yeah, he's had a couple of close games.
Well, it's the fact he's on the same divisional record as the Chaos.
Yeah. Chaos have won some good games. Like I was looking up let's see the Chaos. They've had a tough schedule as well. So they've won against the Lone Stars, lost against the Lone Stars. They've lost to the Mariners, who are 6-2, and they've lost to the Robber Barons, who are also 6-2. And then they've beat the Zeppelin as well. I mean, it's a pretty tough schedule for the Chaos. They've beaten the 49ers, who are 5-3. That's their other games. Beat the Warriors, which you'd kind of expect. And then they've beaten the Enigma. And they have the Enigma this week, and then out the Metros for last week. So you should expect the Chaos to round out 7-3.
Yeah.
Which probably puts them as favourites for the other wildcard spot, if we're sort of saying the Robber Barons are going to get there.
No, the Lone Star Warriors. Simon, you are abysmal in terms of sound
the
quality.
microphone's worse.
What?
Yeah, you're super loud and tinny.
What the fuck's happened?
That's better.
Is that better?
Yeah, you're just really loud.
Okay. Still right?
Yeah.
I can change it.
Yeah, change it. The Warriors Lone Stars game's not a gimme.
Warriors, Lone Stars. Yeah.
I'm assuming they're playing next week. Week.
Who's playing Lone Stars? Yeah, the Enigma are playing Chaos. So yeah. How do the Lone Stars finish out their season? Let's have a quick look. Did it go the long way around? As they finish off with the Hornets, I think. So not an easy last game of the season.
No.
At the Hornets as well.
The Hornets are rubbish.
Winning the best team in the GFC North.
Oh, true, but the GFC North is probably the worst division.
Really?
We all suck.
Really? Yeah. VFC South?
Yeah, I think it's worse.
Okay.
Yeah. I think, because we all know what we're doing, at least, And the Robber Barons aren't making the playoffs. The 49ers will make it ahead of them.
Bold statement.
It's the only statement that Simon was ever going to make.
The Robber Barons are going to lose the next 2 games. They've got ridiculously hard teams, and the 49ers have got ridiculously easy teams. So it's kind of like it's the thinking man's choice rather than the just abuse Glenn choice. Which is a choice I'd make otherwise. Anyway, right.
The Zeppelin loss has put them into 2nd seed. Which is
when is the last time that we've been this deep in in a season and not seen either the Lone Stars or Katanas in the number 1 seed?
Well, at that moment, they're both going to have to play wildcard week.
Yeah.
So,
just have to point out that I've played both of the top seeds this season as well.
Well, the other thing is, at the moment, as it stands, am I right in saying the Lone Stars and Katanas would be playing teams they've lost to this season?
Potentially, yes.
So if it stayed the same, Lone Stars have lost to the Chaos. So Admittedly, the Chaos were at home, but still, it puts a little bit of doubt in your mind, right?
Yeah, it does. Anyway, onwards and upwards to the Empire.
Katanas have beaten the Mariners, so a bit different on that front, I guess.
Ooh.
Or Red Bull's High Hunters.
That was the game I was waiting for.
As soon as you clicked the buttons, I was waiting for the result to pop up. Big win for the Red Bulls, anyway. So
Ings smashing it.
R cubed, 50.
R cube, yeah, against the Thunder and Herd, guaranteed points.
Yeah. The Thunder and Herd are rebuilding at the moment, so
Bounty sneaking past the Hurricanes.
Lions got another win this week, and so did the Russians. So yeah, 61 points for the Griffins. It's a lot of points.
See what that's done to the standings.
Well, it's put the Red Bulls one game ahead of everyone else in terms of the number one seed.
Yeah.
And the Russians, with that win, has kept them 2 games ahead, which probably puts them as divisional winners.
Who are they playing this week? If it's the Thunder.
They're playing the Thunder this week.
Yeah.
So it's
The Thunder.
The Thunder.
made that a bit easier for themselves.
Who are R Cubed playing this week?
They've got District 12 Storm at District 12 Storm. So
Win it, boys.
I mean, they're locked for playoffs. Pretty much locked for playoffs.
Yeah, they are locked for playoffs, I would say.
I mean,
You'd imagine so.
Take the PFC North. Take the PFC North. Win it all.
Well, the thing we're seeing this season is actually like the teams at the top are losing games, right? They're still at the top, but the Storm have a loss, the Kings have a loss.
Red Bulls have won every game.
Have a loss, even if it was against the Red Bulls, but and then it makes it a bit more open for them. I mean, I didn't think at the start of the season we'd see the Monarchs as the number one seed in the PFC, which is where we're currently at.
Because the Empire's the best league.
The division is a little bit softer, but still, they've had to win their own. So,
let's have a quick look at the playoff picture.
There's a nice game difference there again between 6th and 7th.
I like to see the Claymore sneaking in.
There'll be some divisional games that will be interesting this week. As we said, Rough Rangers District 12 is probably the big game.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah. And then you've got the Lions. Lions are at home to the Wranglers. The Wranglers are also 4-4 off the bottom. So whoever wins that game might just about still be in playoff contention at the end of next week. But I mean, they are 2 games back, so a bit tougher.
Anything else before we draw to a conclusion?
This might be like the most rounded off the Empire's been at this point in the season. Normally
It's definitely
stacks of teams in it still. So what will happen is next week everyone will lose that we think is going to win, and then it will go
tits up. Okay, with that, it's goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
And goodbye from Lee.